Everybody, welcome back to my channel Saurav's Blissful Vibes. I'm Saurav Saklani, a certified English speaking trainer, and in today's video we're going to talk about hesitation and low confidence while speaking English, reasons and solutions. So please watch the video because this video is going to be really helpful to those who really want to learn English. Comes to English speaking, there are a hell lot of reasons which can make you feel low confident and hesitant while speaking in English. But where there is a problem, there's always a solution. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about those problems which make you feel low confident and what are those solutions by which you can come out of these sort of problems. Very first thing is you try to be so perfect while speaking in English. So I myself have faced this when I started speaking in English. I tried to be so perfect. I used to see people, I used to follow them while they used to speak in English, and I used to think I just want to speak English like him or her or whatever. So I think this is one of those reasons which makes you feel low confident, because you do not need to be like someone else while speaking in English, because obviously it not necessarily when you would start you would sound like a perfect English speaker. There would be mistakes and you need to cope up with them. This was the problem. The solution is simply do not try to be so perfect, just make mistakes, because initially when you'll make mistake, then only you'll realize what are those areas where you need to improvement, where you need to improve, and then you can work on those areas and obviously improve your English. And especially when you start speaking English, you can think like I have this advantage that I can make mistakes. So instead of just being perfect, try to make more mistakes and improve those mistakes with time. Try to be so advanced in the very beginning. I have discussed this in my earlier video as well. While starting speaking in English, you do not need to be advanced. Like, you do not need to go for advanced vocabulary words. You do not need to speak like advanced English. You just need to start with simple English. And I have mentioned this in my earlier video as well. Just practice with simple English, simple articles and simple vocabulary words, because the more simple you make it, it would be less complex to speak in English. Your confidence would boost, because when you start speaking in English, if you start with advanced vocabulary words and advanced English, somewhere you get stuck, and then your confidence goes down and you feel like this thing is really tough. So just don't do this mistake and just go simple and try simple ways to thing is, or you can say mistake is, you just over criticize yourself while starting speaking in English. See, while starting English speaking, we tend to focus on our mistakes so much that somewhere we start criticizing ourselves so much that I cannot speak perfect English, my vocabulary is not that good, I'm making grammatical mistakes and all that. But what I would like to suggest it is, instead of just focusing on your mistakes, feel like you always have that edge on English speaking people, that you can make mistakes and always improve your mistakes. Don't over criticize yourself, because this is somewhere gonna break your confidence and make you feel low confident and hesitant while speaking English. Just accept your mistakes, accept yourself as you are, and accept that you are just learning this language which is not your it's not your mother tongue. You're learning an absolutely new thing, and mistakes are okay. You can make mistakes, there's no problem. So just take it like that and don't over criticize yourself. Obviously you need to criticize yourself somewhere. Like, it should not be like you're feeling like, okay, now I can make how many mistakes I want to. Criticizing is okay, but over criticizing I don't think is okay. So don't over criticize yourself. Just make mistakes, make improvements, and just try to improve with every single thing. Is you feel that people will mock you, and now this thing is which makes you feel really scared of speaking in English and makes you hesitant while speaking English. See, you do not need to take care of people. You stop thinking about people, what they'll say, what they'll think about you. I've already suggested that, instead of focusing on people, just focus on yourself. You are not doing this for anyone else. I didn't make my channel for anyone else. I'm doing this for my own happiness, for myself. So just start thinking of yourself, start focusing on yourself and your skills, instead of thinking about people, what they'll think, they'll mock you, they'll do that. Think positively and think if you get results, their perception is going to change about you, and people whom you are worrying about are going to praise you. And even if they don't praise you, that's okay. You do not need to do it for anyone else. Just do it for yourself. Live your life for yourself, not for anyone else. Problem is, which makes you low confident and hesitant, is you feel like you'll get stuck somewhere. You feel like you cannot think in English, and somewhere you'll get stuck and then you'll get embarrassed. So I would suggest, the more you'll have the guts to make mistakes, the more you'll free yourself to make mistakes, like getting stuck or making mistakes, the more you'll improve. So please do not think about these things even before starting. Just make a start and just let it happen. You'll make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. You'll get stuck. Even advanced English speakers get stuck somewhere, and you'll learn how to come out of that, how to fix that. That's not a problem, but thinking about this is a problem. See, I'm repeating it. Getting stuck somewhere, making mistakes, these problems are not the problem, but thinking about these things even before starting English speaking is a problem. So just please fix this. Another thing which makes you low confident and hesitant is you feel like you do not have an English speaking background. So I have already discussed this point earlier as well. I come from Hindi medium background. Anybody who comes from Hindi medium background can speak in English. It doesn't matter much. So stop thinking about your background. Stop thinking whether you have somebody to speak in English with you or not. What you are doing is, just start doing this and then thinking about the solutions. You are already thinking about the problems even before starting. So I would only suggest, just start doing this and then think about the solutions. So these were those few problems and things which makes you feel low confident and hesitant while speaking in English, and I tried to give you some solutions with my personal experience. I had gone through all this, so I wish I could help someone, and I hope this video is going to help someone.